Hi, and welcome to Family Recipe. My name's Anne, and today we're making the most decadent fudgy chocolate dessert, a Texas sheet cake. This Texas sheet cake recipe comes from a close family friend named Adele. She was my dad's secretary for 38 years, and she's still a great friend today. This cake is one of our go-to celebratory desserts in my family. We have it for birthdays, we have it for holidays. Everybody requests it for everything because it is just that good. Also, I am currently 37 weeks pregnant and I have been craving chocolate cake. So what's happening today? This cake starts on the stovetop. So to my medium-sized saucepan, I'm adding 2 sticks of butter, 1 cup of water, and 4 tablespoons of dark chocolate cocoa powder. And I think I've mentioned this in another video, but I always use dark chocolate. It's just gonna make it extra rich. So I'm going to, as this melts, whisk it together and then bring it to a boil. It only took about 2 minutes over medium-high heat for the mixture to come to a boil. So now we turn off the heat and remove it, and we'll add some more ingredients. In this mixing bowl, I have 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, and a half a teaspoon of salt. And I whisk that together just to get any lumps out of the flour. So I'm gonna add the melted chocolate mixture into this and whisk it all together. Get ready. To finish off the cake batter, we're adding 2 eggs, a half a cup of sour cream, and a teaspoon of baking soda. Now, I brought the eggs and the sour cream to room temperature so that they'll incorporate really easily. Also, when you add the chocolate into the flour and sugar, that cools it down a little bit, so we don't have to worry about our eggs scrambling. We can just add them right in. Traditionally, a Texas sheet cake would be made in maybe like a 10 by 15 kind of jelly roll pan, but I like to make mine in a 13 by 9 glass baking dish, so it's more like a cake when you get a slice of it. The batter is ready. It smells heavenly, so we're gonna pour this into our pre-greased baking dish. And my oven is preheated to 375 degrees, so we'll bake this probably for about a half an hour. I'll check it definitely after 25 minutes, but it needs to bake a little longer than it would in a traditional sheet pan, just because it's a little bit thicker. We want to get every last drop of this batter. None goes to waste. As the cake bakes, I'm gonna make the glaze to pour over top as soon as it comes out of the oven. So I'm just gonna use the same saucepan that I used to start the cake batter in. And in it I have another stick of butter. I have 6 tablespoons of milk, 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and I'm just whisking it until it all melts together. To the melted chocolate mixture, I'll be adding a pound of sifted powdered sugar. So my powdered sugar usually comes in a 2-pound bag, so I just use half of that. It's about 3.5 cups, and it's really important to sift it. It takes a little extra time, but you don't want to have little lumps in your glaze. It's going to be nice and smooth. To the powdered sugar, I'm adding my melted chocolate, butter, and milk mixture from the stove. And to this, I'm adding a teaspoon of vanilla extract and half a cup of sour cream, which is going to give the icing a nice tang. My cake baked for exactly 28 minutes in my oven at 375 degrees. It's only been out for a couple minutes while I finish up the frosting. So while it's still hot, we're gonna pour this incredible looking glaze over top. Just coat the whole thing. The trick to making this cake super fudgy and almost brownie-like is to refrigerate it. So I'm gonna let it cool here for about 30 minutes so that the pan isn't too hot to go in my fridge. And then I'm gonna chill it for a few hours before we have it for dessert. That's why I made the cake earlier in the day so that it's nice and chilled for dessert tonight. I have my taste testers, my very eager testers here with me in the kitchen. The cake chilled in the fridge for a few hours, so you can see now it sets up really nicely, but you still got this oozing glaze over top. This is the best chocolate cake recipe I can offer, so I hope you guys like it. Should we try a bite?
Yes. Yes.
Everybody dig in. Whoa, Ben's taking the whole piece. Try a little bite. Is it good?
Yeah.
Is it chocolatey? It's good. If you're looking for a fluffy and light cake, this is not your recipe. I'm sorry. This is dense and rich and just so chocolatey. And potentially messy, but that's fine. Do you guys like it?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen, and I'll see you again soon on another family recipe. For the full recipe, check the description box below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen.
It's good. It's good. It's good.